welcome to my channel, Bookish Brie X. My name is Brianna, and today I will be filming another reading vlog. And the book I'll be reading is from Thomas Hardy. It is Far from the Madding Crowd, which I'm very excited for. It is currently 10 p.m. and I have just finished reading two books today. I read The Woman in White and Dune, which were two previous separate reading vlogs. This is going to be the second vlog of Victorian literature reading. I will be getting ready for bed shortly. I'm going to take my makeup off and put my pajamas on. I'm going to get my hot water bottles ready. It's now nearly November, and so before going to bed every single night I fill a few hot water bottles to take into bed to make it extra cozy. I'll also make a cup of sleepy tea, and I will start the Thomas Hardy book when I get into bed. So I'm very excited for that, a new book to read. On Goodreads it says that the novel is 433 pages, so quite a bit shorter than my last two reads. Dune was 800 pages and The Woman in White was 600 pages, so this should be a breeze to get through. And I will just read you the excerpt of what Far from the Madding Crowd is about. The synopsis is: independent and spirited Bathsheba Everdeen has come to Wetherby to take up her position as a farmer on the largest estate in the area. Her bold presence draws three very different suitors: the gentleman farmer Boldwood, soldier seducer Sergeant Troy, and the devoted shepherd Gabriel Oak. Each in contrasting ways unsettles her decisions and complicates her life, and tragedy ensues, threatening the stability of the whole community. The first of his works is set in the fictional country of Wessex. That's pretty funny. Hardy's novels of swift passion and slow courtship is imbued with his evocative descriptions of rural life and landscapes, and with unflinching honesty about sexual relationships. I'm rather excited for this one. It's funny that he named a county Wessex, because in England there's Essex and there's Sussex. I am excited for Thomas Hardy. This novel should be a real treat. I've only heard good things about Thomas Hardy from a couple of friends. Both of them have really enjoyed the books. This edition has 4 of his earlier works. So this Penguin edition of Thomas Hardy books has Under the Greenwood Tree, Far from the Madding Crowd, The Return of the Native, and The Mayor of Casterbridge. So I'm guessing this book is going to be really good, and if so, I will go on to read the next ones as well. The synopsis sounds quite a bit like Sons and Lovers from D.H. Lawrence, and I just looked up the dates for each. And Thomas Hardy, he wrote Far from the Madding Crowd in 1874, and D.H. Lawrence wrote Sons and Lovers in 1913, so they're not too far off, and potentially D.H. Lawrence could have used Thomas Hardy as sort of inspiration for his novels. Joel and I will likely go on a walk over the weekend, and I'll do some baking. Tomorrow I'm going to go into town to Waterstones every Friday. For the past 4 weeks I've gone to Waterstones in the afternoon on Fridays, and it's been lovely to make a little tradition. And last week, funnily enough, I ran into Zoe Sugg. I didn't say hi because I'm sure she has people coming up to her all the time, considering she's quite a well-known YouTuber, but it was pretty cool to see her and Alfie out in town. Not that I'm really a fan, but I've lived in Brighton for 6.5 years, and it's the first time I've run into her. I know for my Woman in White vlog, I said I was going to watch the BBC adaptation of The Woman in White, and I've yet to do that. There's still time, but there are a few movies on the Far from the Madding Crowd, so potentially I'll watch the movie. I tend to not be one for reading a book and then watching the movie or the show, but apparently in these reading vlogs that is what I've done with Dune, and I said I'd do it with Woman in White, and now I'm saying maybe I'll do it with Far from the Madding Crowd. I'm really not sure. We'll see. I'm really just rambling. In this video, along with taking you through my week and speaking about this book generally, I would also like to do a bit of, I don't know, maybe an analysis, or just look at the time period and some fun facts related to the novel and in relation to the Victorian period. Yes, go ahead and get yourself a cup of tea or coffee and settle in for the reading vlog. Hello, it is now Sunday evening, about 8 p.m., and I am 1/3 of the way through Far from the Maddening Crowd by Thomas Hardy, and so far it is a nice book. It's a little bit slower than I thought it would be. In the first little bit of the novel, I found it quite difficult to get into, and I think one of the issues that I was having is because it is nearing the end of October, I've been in the mood for a bit more of a gothic atmosphere. It has quite a summery feel. It's a romance novel, and so it's just a bit different from, I think, what I was wanting to read. And that was entirely my fault. It's nothing to do with the novel, because I am enjoying the novel. It was just a little difficult to get into. And now that I've made it a bit of the way through, we're seeing some of the romances come through, and I'm enjoying the characters. Bathsheba is very independent, and I like her character. She says no to multiple suitors, and she has sort of a financial independence as well. This novel is Thomas Hardy's 4th novel, and it was his first major success. This novel was published in a monthly magazine. It was serialized, and it was published anonymously. It was published in the Cornhill magazine, which was a upper middle class, quite respectable magazine. This novel explores romantic and sexual relationships. So I did a little bit of research into the history behind the novel, and from the site Britannica, I found this quote that I wanted to share with you. Bathsheba and her suitors provide a study of many faces of love, including honest, heartfelt love, scrupulous love, and manipulative adoration. I think it sums up a bit of the themes of the novel. But be aware if you look on the Britannica website for any novel research, because I looked at the section that was titled Bathsheba Everdeen, and the very first sentence gave away the entire plot. So be careful. I'm still enjoying the novel, even though I know what's going to happen. It's not really too much of an issue for me, especially with classics. One tends to know the general plot before going in, and so unfortunately that was the case with this novel, by my own doing. And then I was also looking on the British Library website. When Far from the Maddening Crowd was first published, it was quite a controversial publication with the romantic and sexual relationships involved in the novel. It is interesting because the beginning chapters of the novel do show a traditional narration, and that could have been one of the reasons that I found it to be a little bit slow and different from what I was expecting. The further I get into the novel, the more I'm enjoying the example of romantic relationships from the 19th century. Hardy had quite a bit of editorial censorship. There were edits that cut out potentially offensive language, along with seduction and murder scenes. And then from a website called the Hardy Society, there is a quote that says, "Hardy is concerned with the minute shifts and surges and idiosyncrasies in the psychology of love." And it is recommended from the Hardy Society. If you were to pick up a copy of Far from the Maddening Crowd to read, to make sure to pick up the World Classics edition rather than the Cornhill Magazine edition, because it gives Hardy's more authentic views in the World Classics edition, as there are quite a few passages deleted from the Cornhill edition. I am enjoying the novel. I think I'll get a lot more done in the next couple of days. Over the weekend, I tend to not get quite as much reading done since I'm spending more time with Joel, but during the week I have more time to devote to reading, so I hope to get a lot done tomorrow and the day after. Today we did end up going to a few different antique shops, and I found something really nice that I want to show. There is this little tea set. I only got one. It was £7 for this little set, which is quite nice. It comes with this little plate to put a treat on, which I don't have that right now. I just thought I'd bring it in to show you. I do have tea in here, and then I have a teacup. It has roses, and here's this. The bottom of the set, it says it's from Paragon, and the name of it is Victorian Rose, which is very suitable for this video, to drink out of a Victorian rose teacup. And I'm currently drinking a pumpkin black tea, that has a bit of oat milk in it, so very festive considering it is the 24th of October. And yes, even though this isn't the autumnal read that I was hoping for, I am still having a nice time with it. Today Joel was getting his booster vaccine and I was reading in the Waterstones. I had a pumpkin muffin and I was reading Thomas Hardy, and now it is dark out and it's raining and I am about to speak to my grandpa on the phone and then get an early night because I have a workout class in the morning. So all in all, everything's going really well, and even though I'm not reading the gothic novel that I want to, what I've decided to do is this week, sometime during the week, I'm going to do a 24-hour readathon, and the book I'm going to read, I believe, will be The Blood of the Vampire, which interestingly enough came out the same year as Dracula by Bram Stoker, but is much less well known. Anyway, I will speak to you again soon in the next couple days. Bye. Hello again, it is now Wednesday, and yesterday I finished up reading Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy, and I did enjoy it. I think that the beginning of the novel was a bit slow, but the last 2/3 of the novel really picked up pace a lot and resolved a lot of the character dilemmas. Since the last time I updated you, Joel and I did go to the library just to have a little peruse around, and I think I showed some clips of a walk that we went on, which was really nice. And yeah, yesterday I finished up the novel and I did really enjoy the last bit. I ended up listening to the last about 120 pages on audiobook while I was doing some cleaning and going for a walk, and I was really enthralled the entire time, which is a very good sign. And listening to the audiobook was quite helpful considering it was a novel that I wasn't the most keen on, but that was really just given my mood, not the novel itself. I would like to pick up Thomas Hardy again more in the spring and summertime, and it's a good thing I still have 3 of his novels, so I will be getting to them at some point. And watching the movie right after reading the book gave a lot of life to the characters. I did mention earlier in this video that I was spoiled with a bit of a skeletal overview of this novel. However, I would say that did not cause any problems with how much I enjoyed the ending. I think the last about 10 chapters were very fast-paced. Thank you very much for joining me in my reading of Far from the Madding Crowd by Thomas Hardy. I'd say I'm still getting used to what exactly I want my channel to be. And so for this video, I did just have a vlog dedicated to reading Far from the Madding Crowd. I'm happy to say that I now have read a Thomas Hardy novel. Thank you for watching till the end. If you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you again in next week's vlog. Bye!